Good morning, traders. It's Friday, May the 5th. Taking a look at the charts, we got the SP 500 here, the SPY on the right, and on the left is the 30-minute chart of our trend analysis for the SP 500. You can see on the right-hand side here, we've been in this tight little range with the SP 500. Again, this is the daily chart. You can see the D up here in the top. And we're kind of consolidating here. And again, that pattern is right across here on the 30-minute chart. We've been ping-ponging around between this overbought little hashtag and this oversold hashtag, and more or less kind of been ping-ponging around in this area for the past week and change. And yesterday we dipped, or last 2 days we've dipped down into an oversold, kind of moved up to the overbought, back down to the oversold, and closed back up, getting close to the short-term overbought condition. Very small intraday kind of gyrations in the market. At this point, the market still looks like it's got a pretty strong bull flag. We do have some price gaps that tend to get filled. We have a price gap. This price gap here more or less has been filled. We came down and filled the majority of this the last 2 days. But there is a larger price gap down here that is still potential that we could see the market kind of have a flush down, which would bring us right to this moving. This is the 20-day moving average stepping up here, which will act as support as well on top of the price gap. So if it does flush down, that would be an area where we could add to the position. The trend analysis here shows that the red bars, obviously, we're in a downtrend, and then we go into these orange bars, which indicate a trend reversal, potentially a neutral market, and now we are into a green analysis here, indicating we are in an uptrend. And if we look down at the cycles over here, this pink line up here, we're in the power zone, and when that pink line is in the power zone, that means we can have some pretty big extended moves in the equities market. Obviously, when below that zone and trending down, we have the market consolidating and somewhat in a downtrend. And so here we are right now, back into that power zone, and it's got a tight formation that the market is set up for a big move. Question is it going to pop and rally, or is it going to come down and flush out this gap window that's down in here first before it potentially takes off and starts to run higher? But either way, it's set up to continue to move higher in the long run and continue to rally. So let's take a look at the other markets here, the safe haven plays. Gold, silver obviously took a pretty good hit yesterday. Gold continuing to move down over 1% yesterday. Today it's kind of chopping around. Had a little bit of a bid a little while ago, kind of fell back down to yesterday's closing price. And silver relatively flat, up a third. Again, had a little bit of a pop, precious metals this morning, but they faded right back down. Silver starting to look pretty long in the teeth here, oversold. Broke this pivot low and really kind of started to pick up speed, flushing down here with stops and potential shorts getting in there, pushing the market, pulling the market even lower. And we're getting down to a significant level here where we could hit these December lows, which is what we talked about back over here when this market was starting to get into this topping area over here, that we could see the December lows get tagged. We did get about halfway there, and then the market came up for a double top. Now it's fading all the way back down and getting towards that December low for a potential significant double bottom. If we take a look at gold miners, GDX gap down yesterday. It had a rally the previous session, moved up and then sold back down. Yesterday, gap down and closed below this significant pivot low. So it is also on its way for a continued move down. Now, I talked about this in the Corellin report. We had a move down, and then we had this little running consolidation, which I talked about, how that a running consolidation can be the halfway move, and how we could see the second half of that move bring us down to this 20 to 19 mark, which is more or less the December lows over here. So that's kind of where the next downside potential target is, a big flush out here. And if that does happen, we're going to see gold and the safe havens kind of unwind to the downside. And that means we're probably going to see money roll into the risk on assets, which are equities, which are set up in the power zone ready for a pop and a rally. If you take a look at natural gas here, natural gas up 0.8%. It's had a nice pop. It's kind of faded back to the 20-day moving average. It looks bullish here. A couple big buying volume days, and it looks as though it may want to continue to move up. Obviously, it's got a ton of resistance to get through this previous high here, this more significant high over here, and then right through the heart of all this consolidation and all the way back into October of 2016, this other previous high. So there's a lot of resistance to get through, but the chart is in a bullish formation here, and it looks as though it's the downward side is kind of stalled out and it's starting to firm up with some accumulation going on. So it might be an opportunity for us to get in, and we could see a pop and a squeeze somewhere up to the 350 area, 340, 350. Looking at crude oil, it's down 0.5% this morning, but it had a huge slide intraday. If we take a look at let's just look right at the price action. We big drop yesterday, just kind of went into free fall mode, breaking these lows, and then all the shorts jumping on board and all the longs getting stopped out created a huge drop. Last night or pre-market this morning, crude oil plumbed all the way down to the 43 area, 44, 43 area, which is what we were talking about as a significant potential pivot low in the market, and it went all the way down there and recovered. Now, if you take a look at the 10-minute chart, you can see the price action there. When was this? This was late last night. Crude oil just went into a nosedive, tagged into that area, and of course it's had a really strong recovery coming back from an extreme oversold condition and having a reaction high back up, and now we're back into more or less uh, potentially the downtrend. This is kind of like when something goes straight down, it usually comes back up, gives at least half the move back, if not all of it. So this was obviously not sure what caused this yet, but it looks to be news related. And of course, a news related spike usually is given back fairly quickly. So the market's going to digest what's been going on, but this might have been the big washout low and putting in a significant pivot bottom in crude oil going forward. Anyways, that's it for this morning. I'll talk to you in a little bit.